goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go! Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready? Blue lady. Here we go, here we go.
First down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Jameis now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Winston. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go. Here we go.
To throw is Winston. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it. But people.
Oh, now Lindsey lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. Look at the big man rumble. 30, 10, 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
And that's a nice gain by him on first down, picking up some key yardage.
Set 180, block 15. Come on.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. Rivers with a first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. 6-0 our score after 1.
Set 180. Like round 80. Wait, 89.
A first down throw here for Rivers. This is caught by Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
190. Round 80.
2 yards on the play. First down, Chargers.
Rivers on first down. And Stills bringing it in. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Rivers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Kenny Stills, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Jameis to throw it. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. This pass finds its way to Williams. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. Rivers now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
From the gun, Rivers. It's complete. Stills. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Throwing, Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And caught by Henry. And he's got some space here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Here's Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's second and 18. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a second and 13.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, Wood. No, check that. We're on Mike 52 right here.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Here's Winston. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Badgley now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. He's got his tight end Fant, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a 1st down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Winston. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. To throw, Rivers, and that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground, and 4th down now coming up. Here's Ty Long now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 7-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing. Winston. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he will score. Touchdown, LA. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yo, go, go.
March 49. March 49.
Shoot.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He completes this to Sutton. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Complete to Cortland Sutton. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 43-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Locke. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A huge play there for Denver. 48 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
So now, following the big play, they've got a first and that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 10 yards out. And the Broncos get a bit closer. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you'd think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rivers, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A Charger first down. Rivers hooking up with Allen. Rivers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rivers. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
A 2nd down throw for Rivers. It's complete to Williams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon His 9th touchdown of the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing his lock on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard. Lock now, 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know this type of running back. I mean, this intensity usually gets better in experience. The first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this quarter. You're coming up and thinking about it.
And deep, yeah, they want to see consistently. Now it's Lindsey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
The Broncos on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Lock's going to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Hey, come on, now, come on, now.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Get that ball.
They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
23 yards the pickup there. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. One more time with Lindsey, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsey hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On 1st down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Well, the first drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
1st down, Chargers.
Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Undercrush. Under crunch.
Check.
Left to right.
Check.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Ready. 380.
Check. 53. Mike. Hey, get in the weight room.
White. 89.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And they're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for our visitors, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire
STRO. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
STRO. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to charge.